No, Sharad, wait. Screen your actual names. एंड दूसरा, अगर आपके एनवायरनमेंट परमिट करता हो तो मेरी आपसे रिक्वेस्ट रहेगी कि यू कैन पुट ऑन योर वीडियोस. ये मैं और मनीष जी हम लोग 2 स्पीकर्स बात करेंगे. तो अभी जूम में ऐसा रहता है कि वी आर स्पीकिंग टू ब्लैक टाइल्स, जहां पे सिर्फ आपके नाम दिख रहे हैं और मैं मनीष जी को देख पाता हूं और मनीष जी मेरे को देख पाते हैं और सिर्फ हम एक दूसरे के रिएक्शंस देख पाते हैं. प्री कोविड हम जब ये करते थे तो वी यूज टू डू दिस इन IMEI वेबिनार हॉल हुआ करता था, जहां पे करीब 201 पेरेंट्स आते थे, वहां पे करते थे. तो वहां पे एटलीस्ट आमने सामने रहते थे तो बड़ा अच्छा एक मोटिवेशन मिलता था. तो अगर मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि आपके अगर एनवायरनमेंट परमिट करता है तो प्लीज पुट ऑन योर वीडियोस, बिकॉज एक ये 45 मिनट से 1 आवर का सेशन होगा. अगर मैं आप लोगों को देखूंगा तो मैं ज्यादा अच्छी तरह से कर पाऊंगा. थैंक यू राकेश जी, आपने पहल करी है तो इससे कुछ लोग मोटिवेट होंगे, तो देख पाते हैं तो थोड़ा सा एक अच्छा दिखता है. थैंक यू माधव अरोड़ा जी, नेहा, देन आई हैव अनंत त्यागी, I have some staff members of UT, Jyoti and Jyoti Bhise, both of them put in. Manish sir, I think we are good to go. We can start with your basic announcements and then we can start, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much. So a small confirmation will help me. Am I audible? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Right, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. So as we roll into this webinar, some basic announcements. For audio, we have kept all our audio settings at optimal level. You can adjust volume at your end. As far video is concerned, in the viewing mode, which is on the right top of your screen, there's something called as view. We'll highly recommend that you select the speaker mode. So whosoever is the speaker during the presentation, you will be able to see that speaker centrally and you'll not be disturbed by other participants' movement. So that's about the video. We'll also request you to put on your video if your bandwidth permits, if your environment permits. You can keep yourself muted. आप audio off कर सकते हैं, but video अगर आप on करेंगे, जैसा अभी सर ने कहा, it helps the speaker to make those eye contacts and see live faces rather than these black tiles. So that is more motivating for speakers. So if you can keep your video on, it will help us. Second thing, you should also keep your screen name as your real name, the name with which you registered or student's name, so that we'll be able to address you properly during question answers. And also it helps us during the attendance taking, which my colleague is doing in parallel. You can also keep a notebook and a pen handy. You may want to write down certain and key information that we'll be sharing with you about studying abroad, especially after 12. And we'll also share some important contact numbers and phone numbers, email IDs. You may want to write them down so that you can meet us in person if required. You can send us your queries and questions, and also we'll be able to send you the PDF of the presentation that we are going to take today. So with this, I think we are done with all our basic announcements. I hand it over to Anubhav sir to start this webinar officially. Thank you so much.
Good morning, everybody. So let me start by sharing my screen, and this is how my PPT would look like. So you could do your adjustments, जो भी आपको करने हैं in this kind of a screen setup. तो अगर आपको सब ठीक लग रहा है तो you can go ahead and so this is how. Please confirm, are you able to see the PPT and at the same time see me? So जैसे सर ने बोला आप वो करा है, तो let's get started. So today we are doing study abroad, a very popular webinar जो हमारे यहाँ पे अब पिछले 3-4 सालों में हो गया है. We do various, काफी सारे वो करते हैं, तो इनमें एक बहुत पॉपुलर वेबिनार हो गया है which is study abroad. अब ये concept of UT events क्या है? These are value added lecture workshops which we conduct for our students at Universal Tutorials. This is primarily to promote awareness about careers की क्या-क्या आप कर सकते हो. So what we do is this helps you to take informed decisions. और ये webinars हम April से हमने शुरू कर दिए हैं, and almost 2 Sundays in a month, me and Manish are taking these webinars on very different topics. हर एक टॉपिक पे लेते हैं. जैसे पिछले संडे भी took on non-science, management and commerce पे लिया था. उससे पहले we talked about IIT and medical. अभी we are talking about study abroad. So this is 18th in the series this year, which is study abroad webinar. Coming up more webinars. You need to follow our Facebook page. We are doing some interesting topics in the month of December and the months of January also. So ये हम आपको WhatsApp ग्रुप पे भी इन्फॉर्म करते हैं, हमारी वेबसाइट पे इन्फॉर्म होता है in event section as well as in our Facebook section. So we keep informing you. So you could keep attending these events. Now, what is today's agenda? आज का agenda क्या है? आज का agenda is first we are starting about universal tutorials. And then we will directly get into some testimonials. जो बच्चे हमारे से pass out होके हुआ presently studying in the US. So there are some interesting 3-4 kids experience of those students and parents who are studying abroad. They were with us. They are 1 year, like last year they were with us and they were in our trainings. And this year they are on US campuses. So UK campuses. So वो सब बच्चों के testimonials. And then we would get into the heart of the presentation, study abroad, an option worth considering. So वो क्या option है, कैसे कर सकते हैं, उसके बारे में बात करेंगे. Then UT program options, and then finally we both will be available for question and answers. So ये जो sections हैं, ये alternatively मैं और Manish will be taking these sections alternatively, and we intend that we should together, it should take anywhere between 50 minutes to 1 hour for us to complete this entire thing. So let's get started. So सबसे पहले about universal tutorials. You are all internal students largely. If somebody is joined from externally, so उनके लिए about universal tutorials. Universal tutorials as an organization was started by me around 24 years back. We've come a long way. Since then, we've taught more than 35,000 plus students across various segments. We are spread across 7 locations in Navi Mumbai. And so we cover the entire length and breadth of Navi Mumbai. We starting from Airoli, Koperkerne, Vashi, Sanpada, Nerul, Kharghar, Panvel. We are spread across 7 locations and we are headquartered at Kharghar. Kharghar, we have a 10,000 square feet space where I sit, Manish sits, and we operate out of Kharghar. And that's where our entire faculty operates. And we service all the 7 locations from here. But COVID has also provided us an opportunity in Zoom where we are now serving pan-India and we are serving across India where we have students joining our online courses across India and across abroad also from US, Gulf and these areas where they take study abroad courses. So that's about universal tutorials. अब हम क्या cater करते हैं? We cater to board exams. That's our big business. That's our CBSC and ICSE. ये 2 business areas हैं which we cater to board exams. We also cater to Indian exams, IIT, NEET. We cater to CUET. We cater to IPM. We cater to CA Foundation. So these Indian exams भी हम 11th, 12th में बच्चों की help करते हैं. We also have our own junior college, UT Champions Junior College in Kharghar, where students come in and study with us in integrated programs for engineering and medicine. So that's the Indian exam section. But today the vertical which I'm talking about is the study abroad vertical which I'm talking about. Study abroad vertical में we cater to exams like GRE, SAT, IELTS, TOEFL, ये सारे exams की तैयारी करवाते हैं. Plus we also help in application support, where we help you to apply to foreign university and both at undergrad level as well as postgrad level. And this is the section which we are today talking about, study abroad. So study abroad mein the core exams which we cater to are at the undergrad level SAT and at the grad level GRE. English exams which we cater to are TOEFL and IELTS. That's the English exam we cater to. And at the core of it, we also help you with application support. Application support is जहाँ पे LOR मतलब letter of recommendations, SA statement of purpose, SOP, that's what it means. ये सब हम individually one-on-one आपकी पूरी end-to-end help करते हैं, right from plan starting से लेकर end तक the entire support, visa तक we provide you entire support in our study abroad programs. So that's about universal tutorials. Now, quickly moving before I start with the next section, we have a Zoom poll and we would be doing this Zoom poll to primarily understand the constitution of the audience so that we can help you and serve you better. इसमें हम एक poll आएगा Zoom पे जहाँ पे आपको बताना है कि You have to pick any one of them. Don't do any chat message. Whether you are part of 9th, 10th, or you are part of 11th, or you are part of 12th, or you are part of beyond 12th. A Zoom poll, my colleague Manish will send you the Zoom poll now, and please select the right option on the poll screen.
So this poll would be there for another 15 seconds. Kindly choose your current academic status. I think we have got all responses. Sir, I'll share the result.
Yes.
Thank you for participating.
So from this result, it's very clear that there is a large number of standard 9th and 10th students, which is approximately 71% audience, and about some people in standard 11th, and a couple of 3 or 4 of you in standard 12th and beyond 12th. Now, so we have the right audience in front of us. Now, मैं सिर्फ इतना सा request करूंगा that people who are beyond 12th and people who are currently in 12th do take a special appointment with me at the end of the presentation. We have a section where we'll give you numbers. So आप मेरे से अलग से मिलें, because आपके लिए कुछ और अलग solutions हमारे पास हैं, and we have them available. So if you could make a special appointment with me or Manish, then we'll be able to help you better, because आपके कुछ deadlines are coming very close. कुछ deadlines 12th के beyond वाले बच्चों ने miss कर दिए, तो उनके लिए हमारे पास कुछ अलग solutions हैं, और जो 12th में हैं उनके लिए there are some close deadlines, so we can work closely with you. So मेरी request रहेगी कि आप वो immediate appointments लें हमारे साथ, and people who are part of the larger audience, who are in 9th, 10th and in 11th, for you this presentation has the right material, and we will give you an entire planning schedule, and you can also obviously meet me. चलो ठीक है. With all of this, let's move ahead and आगे बढ़ते हैं. Now, the next section, as I said in my agenda, is student testimonials. So now I have a small video which is recorded. ये जो बच्चे हमारे पास last year study abroad team में थे. Now this year we are currently catering to more than 100 students of universal tutorials who have gone abroad. तो उसमें से कुछ बच्चों के videos हैं. Please listen to them.
Hello everyone, I am Anisha and I will be attending the University of Massachusetts at Amherst from this fall 2022. I have been with PUD since the past 4 years, and I have always admired the structured approach they take towards all the program that they offer. The study abroad program is no exception. Anubhav sir and Manish sir guided us personally through the various steps of applying to the US, from getting the SAT to selecting the university.
We lost audio in between, sir. Somewhere in between.
So let me do one sec. Let me do it once again.
Okay, sir.
Undergraduate program in computer science major. So we are parents of Ashwin Deshpande. So we were quite reluctant about allowing Ashwin to go and study abroad, and we looked at SAT only as a means of getting into BITS because his elder brother was there. And from there to today, where Ashwin is enthusiastic about going to Purdue, and we have embraced the concept that he'll be there, has been a long journey, but UT has held our hand at every step of the way. They have guided us, they have given us all the information required and more, but allowed us to make our own decision.
No, I think it's a very professional team, but a very important personal touch. So everything they have all the information, but they take into account the child's and the family's needs. So I think it's very exclusive and it's very individual.
Hello, this is Professor Mangesh Mohan. I'm working as a principal in Father Daniel Bandra. It's a polytechnic college. The thought of study abroad came to my mind in the month of September, August, September. We were very much serious about getting into any of the NITs, not JW, not IITs. But then he changed my thought process, provoking me to go for study abroad, and he informed me about the kind of universities and the kind of education system, let's say what US has got. So when I asked my wife, that time we were a bit skeptical earlier, but then when I asked Gaurang, what is your choice? That time he said, I want to give it a try. And I told him, I can take a risk of, let's say 1 lakh or 2 lakh rupees, when I will spend some money for training purpose. And then at the same time, let's say I made him understand that he has to concentrate both on JEE as well as this SAT and all. He got the admit from Arizona State University with a scholarship. We thank UT for giving this opportunity for my son to go to one of the finest university in US. Thank you, UT.
So that was all these students who went abroad. So usme, all these students, Mehak, then Ashwin Deshpande, all of them have been very different students. Like Ashwin, his parents are both doctors in Navi Mumbai over here. And he was a brilliant boy. He had a 1560. He's been actually a top scorer in SAT. So he's at Purdue now doing computer science. But not necessarily all of them are they were the top of the class. Mehak, Gaurang. So these are students who are coming from different sections of the class, where there are average performers, there are below average performers, and above average performers. And all of them have been placed in the college of their caliber. And they are very happy in what they have got choices over there. So if you now let's go on and understand कि ये जैसे अश्विन ने अचीव किया या महक ने अचीव किया, अगर आपको करना है तो कैसे कर सकते हैं. So let's now move on to the heart of the presentation. So, I'll be answering what all questions. I'll be answering questions like study abroad, when, how, what, where. I'm sure most of you have these questions. Me and Manish will try to answer these basic questions. Then can it be made a plan B? This is not necessarily a plan A. We want to continue with the Indian options, and Indian option ke saath saath, can it be made a plan B? We will address that. And kya kharcha? So hold tight. We would try to address all of these basic questions jo aapke man mein honge. Ye sab questions answer karne ki koshish karenge. You may have more questions, so that we will take it up in the question answer session. आप कोई चैट में लिख के देंगे तो मैं और मनीष दोनों ही बिजी हैं, so we will not be able to reply to your chat messages right now, but hold on to your question, लिख लीजिए, and during the Q&A session both of us will be very happy to answer those questions. तो चालू करते हैं when, how, what, where. सबसे पहला क्वेश्चन when, how, what, where में सबसे पहला क्वेश्चन लेते हैं when. So when, there are two routes. One is you could go abroad after standard 12 for graduation, जिसकी बात कर रहे हैं for BSc, BS, BTech, 3 से 4 साल का प्रोग्राम होगा. After standard 12, rather than doing the graduation here in India, you go abroad for it. Or you can go after graduation. That is, you do the graduation here in India, and after graduation for masters, 1 or 2 years के लिए you can go abroad. So ये दो रास्ते हैं. Agar if you will probably understand, traditionally Indian students have chosen the second option. जैसे मैं था मेरे टाइम पे, I did my MMS from BITS Pilani in 91 to 95. Then 95 I went abroad to do my MBA. But ये parents and मेरे जैसे लोग जो one generation senior है, उन्होंने traditionally a second option choose किया है. But now there is a trend shift. And what is that trend shift? Because of more awareness. Prosperity has risen among Indians. Abroad studies have become more affordable. Today we are focusing more on the first option after standard 12. So ये दो रास्ते हैं, उनमें से हम कौन सी बात कर रहे हैं? अभी हम बात कर रहे हैं after standard 12. So that's the when, after standard 12. अब when के बाद we come to how study abroad. अब इसके there are two major routes. One is a non-merit route and the other is a merit route. What is this non-merit route? Let's try to understand the non-merit route. Its key characteristics are, you would get, these are low rank universities. They could come in low costs or they could come in high costs. They don't really require any good academics. ये shop universities हैं. तो इनका modus operandi क्या है? इनका modus operandi, there are commission agents all over the place. And you could go to hotel fairs, like I always in my study abroad webinar, मैं एक standard hotel का नाम लेता हूँ, JW Marriott Jew पे. उसका ground floor permanently booked है कि जहाँ पे there are these representatives of these universities जो available हैं, table chair खोल के बैठे हुए हैं वहाँ पे. You just take a check and pay and you can get admission. So we are not talking about this non-merit route universities. इसमें जाते हो तो क्या? You go abroad, you go to the US, UK, New Zealand, Australia, but placements are not something which will come by. That you have to manage on your own. You'll get a study abroad environment मिलेगा, आप बाहर जाके पढ़ोगे, लेकिन पढ़ाई कैसी होगी शायद उसके ऊपर कुछ नहीं. So we are not talking about the merit route. We are here talking about the merit route की बात कर रहे हैं. Merit route is highly ranked universities, like the top 100 universities of the world, the Stanfords, the Penn States, the Purdue, the Harvard, those kinds of universities. They could be low or high cost. Scholarships are available. Gaurang ne bola tha, he got a scholarship at Arizona State University. They need good academics. Good academics doesn't mean that they need stellar academics, but they need good academics depending upon which major you're applying. Process is, you need to appear for an exam and then apply, and then you get an admission. So ये जो पूरा process है, उसका end result क्या होता है? You get good placements. People like Sundar Pichai or Satya Nadella have gone through this process and they have earned their degrees through this. तो ये merit route क्या है? ये आज मैं आपको समझाऊंगा, and we will talk about this merit route. So let's understand merit route. Now merit route India versus abroad, very quickly एक मिनट समझने की कोशिश करेंगे. इंडिया में ये merit route क्या है? India में ये merit route is, there are multiple exams for different streams. Like if you decide कि आपको IIT का exam engineering करनी है तो you have to write IIT. आपने decide करा आपको medical करनी है तो you have to write NEET. आपने decide करा आपको architecture करनी है तो you have to write NATA. आपने decide करा आपको design करना है तो you have to write NID. तो मेरा बोलने का क्या मतलब है? In India में ये how it works is, there are multiple exams for different streams. And ये सारे एग्जाम्स कब होते हैं? ये सारे एग्जाम्स होते हैं आफ्टर स्टैंडर्ड 12th बोर्ड एग्जाम्स. आपका बच्चा 2 साल 11th 12th पढ़ेगा, 12th में ही विल राइट मार्च के एग्जाम, मार्च के महीने में ही विल राइट द बोर्ड एग्जाम. देन इन द मंथ ऑफ अप्रैल, मई, जून में these multiple exams will happen. This is how it works in India, and then you will apply to colleges. But abroad, सबसे पहले broadly how it works. Broadly how it works is, there is a single exam called as SAT, which we will explain eventually. पहले तो एक एग्जाम है which is SAT. वो एग्जाम irrespective of which stream आपको पढ़ना है, whether you wish to study for engineering, medical, commerce, finance, management, humanities, it could be any field, कोई सी भी field के लिए आप पढ़ना चाहते हो, you have to just write one exam which is SAT. और ये एग्जाम आपको 12th के बाद नहीं लिखना है. इनफैक्ट इसका पूरा प्रोसेस 12th से पहले खत्म हो जाता है. इनफैक्ट एज वी स्पीक, आज वी आर सिटिंग इन द मंथ ऑफ नवंबर, जो अभी जो बच्चे हैं, दे हैव ऑलरेडी गॉट देयर एडमिट्स, दे हैव नॉट इवन रिटन देयर 12th एग्जाम्स, दे आर इन देयर 12th, दे हैव ऑलरेडी गॉट देयर एडमिट्स. तो वो कैसे है वो सब अब मैं आपको समझाऊंगा. So what is that we are talking about? We are talking about, there is one exam, और ये one exam for all streams, और that has to be taken before the 12th exams. So this is the how merit route. अब ये क्या है वो समझते हैं. ये single exam क्या है? This single exam का नाम है SAT Scholastic Aptitude Test, and this is where my colleague Manish would come in and help you with what is Scholastic Aptitude Test. Manish ji, over to you, sir, from here. I'll do a stop share, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Anwar, sir. So I'll pick from where you left, and I will try and throw some light on what is this Scholastic Aptitude Test, which is SAT. I'll talk about this. Just please confirm me if you are able to see my screen. Is this okay? Is it visible?
Yes.
Right. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'll just hide this floating. Right. So let's talk about Scholastic Aptitude Test, which is SAT. And we call it that this is the gateway to many of the world's best universities, especially coming out of US and Canada. But it also helps you with some of the top universities coming from Singapore, UK, including India and Australia. So SAT is a world-renowned and well-accepted scholastic aptitude test, which basically checks your college readiness. How ready are you? What's your level for going into a college? So this is what SAT measures, and it adds as an extra academic credential to your profile when you're applying to foreign universities. So let's talk more about this exam, which is SAT. Sharad, if you can, अभी थोड़ी देर के लिए मुझे co-host से हटा दो. Just let me be a.
I would do that.
Okay.
So let's talk about this SAT exam. Now, this is one exam which is conducted by College Board. मैं आपको पहले basic जानकारी देता हूँ. College Board is a not-for-profit organization based out of US. College Board वो exam conduct करता है. It's a conducting body. जैसे हमारे इंडिया में NTA है जो IIT का exam conduct करता है. In a similar fashion, College Board is the body from US which conducts this exam called SAT. This is one of the very popular exam, which is a requirement for admission to undergrad courses, especially in US. But then there are major universities in UK, Canada, Australia, Singapore, including some of the universities in India, which would accept SAT score in lieu of any other written test that they may want you to write. उसकी जगह आप SAT का exam लिख सकते हैं. In India, Ashoka University, Shiv Nadar, Ecole Mahindra, MET, Plaksha. There are many such universities where you can put in your SAT score and apply for their undergrad courses. So SAT is one global exam that ways, जो बच्चों को लिखना पड़ता है अगर 12th के बाद कोई कोर्स करने जाना है. Now, what is this exam? This exam is conducted multiple times in a year. To be precise, 6 times in a year for international students. It happens in month of May, June, August, October, and as I speak to you, जो coming Saturday है, वो December attempt वाला Saturday है, December and then March. So it happens 6 times in a year. Yeah, every time you want to write SAT, you will have to pay something like $109 fee to College Board. आपको register करना पड़ता है. This can be taken multiple times in a year. There's no restriction on that. Whichever is your best score, the test where you have scored most is a score that is reported. So you can decide when you want to, which score you want to report. At the same time, let me tell you that global average is more than 2 attempts. एक बच्चा on an average writes more than 2 times. So 2 attempt is a very common thing when it comes to SAT exam. So you can write it multiple times, best score report honge. There are 6 opportunities for international students to write this SAT. Now, this is a big news. SAT अभी तक जो December attempt हो रहा है जिसकी मैं आपसे बात कर रहा था, the one that is happening coming Saturday, 3rd December, that is a paper pencil based test. And supposedly, in all probability, that is the last SAT which is happening paper pencil based. December के बाद से जो भी attempt आएगा, अगर आपने देखा हो December के बाद का attempt is coming in March. So March 23 onwards, SAT is going digital. SAT is going computer based. So the test would happen on a digital medium. It will no longer be a pencil paper test. So ये एक बड़ा change आ रहा है for March onwards, March 23 onwards, जितने भी SAT होंगे वो सब digital SATs होंगे. So a student would be writing on desktops or laptops or tabs, but it would happen digitally. I'll explain more about this. आगे बढ़ते हैं. So what is this digital SAT? Let me try and make you understand that. Before you write this test, it is very important to understand few things. You will have to carry your own device to the center. It is like BYD, bring your own device. So you'll have to bring your own device to the center, or you may have to borrow it from your friends, or you may have to pre-order from the testing center where you are writing the test. But it is on a device which is essentially you are carrying to the test center. You're carrying pen, pencil, ID card, admit card, and a device जिसके ऊपर आप टेस्ट दोगे वो टेस्टिंग सेंटर में बैठ के. The device will have to be preloaded with an application called Blue Book. आपके डिवाइस पे एक आपको Blue Book ऐप करके preload करना पड़ेगा. This app will automatically check and see if your device is compatible. If it is not, you'll have to use another device. और फिर उस पे app download करो. The device checks if your, or rather the app checks, ये Blue Book का जो app है, which is from College Board, this will check whether your device is ready for digital SAT. Once it is, then of course you can carry this to the test center. This is how the login of that app would look like. Blue Book का आपको एक logo दिख रहा होगा, cross stars बने हुए हैं. Then there is sign in for a student and educator. So once you download the app will help you check if your device is compatible, and then you can create your account on Blue Book. ये mandatory step होगा before your test day. Inside the digital SAT, so what is happening inside the digital SAT? कैसा exam है ये? It will have two sections. There are two sections on digital SAT. The sections are English reading writing, commonly हम इसको RW बोलेंगे, and math, इसको हम commonly math बोलेंगे. Together these two sections would be done over just over 2 hours. 2 घंटे के आसपास ये दोनों sections करने होंगे. There will be break, a small break of 10 minutes between these two sections. English का एक section होगा, reading writing जिसका नाम है RW. फिर एक break आएगा, and then you will have a math का section. Each section will have 2 modules. So English के section में there will be module 1, module 2, and each module will have its own time limit. 2 modules के बीच में कोई break नहीं है. एक section है, 2 modules हैं, दोनों time limited हैं. 2 module के बीच में कोई break नहीं है. फिर एक break आएगा, फिर next section चालू होगा, उसमें भी 2 modules होंगे. So which means रीडिंग राइटिंग एक सेक्शन है, 2 मॉड्यूल्स हैं, मैथ्स एक सेक्शन है और उसके अंदर भी 2 मॉड्यूल्स हैं. क्वेश्चंस वुड बी मल्टीपल चॉइस, नो नेगेटिव मार्किंग. डिजिटल एसएटी विल बी कंप्यूटर बेस्ड एंड ऑल योर स्कोरिंग विल हैपन बिटवीन 400 to 1600 पॉइंट्स. सो ये पेपर पेंसिल बेस्ड के जमाने में भी ऐसा ही होता है, ऐसा ही होता था rather now, I can say that. So 400 to 1600 is what your scores would come from. This is the scale where your scores would be calculated and would be published. इसका ये मतलब नहीं कि 1600 questions हैं. Questions would vary in number, which is not very clear. कितने exactly questions होंगे in a computer-based adaptive test, but it would be in 2 hours. I'll appreciate if you don't write anything on the screen. It doesn't help anybody. Thank you. So the score range would be between 400 to 1600 points. More on this, if you have questions, I'll take it during the question answer session. So what has basically changed? The time has reduced. I think यहाँ पे 3 लिखा है. The test duration has reduced from 3 to 2 hours. It shouldn't be, actually ये मुझे लिखना पड़ेगा, so it shouldn't be 3, there should be 2. It has reduced from 3 to 2 hours. Test duration has come down. So section length, number of questions per section, and paragraphs ke length, that has reduced, so it has become more student friendly, so that there is less stress. You don't have to carry a calculator from home. Calculator would be available on screen throughout the math section. So because it is happening digitally, your scores would come early. पहले 14 working days लगते थे, अब वो time कम हो जाएगा. Somewhere between a week's time, you will be able to get your SAT score. So these are some of the small changes that has taken place because of SAT. Just a second. What has not changed? What will not change from paper-based? How you study for SAT will not change. Your critical reading skills, your evidence-based reading skills, your grammar, the math skills, the application of mathematical concept, all that remains same. So the skill that they are asking or quizzing or testing will not change. The way colleges use SAT score for their admission will not change because the scale remains same. 1600 में से पहले भी score आता था, अभी भी score आएगा. The way scores are calculated from raw to scaling to normalization, वो सब वैसे ही रहेगा. And overall syllabus of SAT, syllabus for math, syllabus for English, the type of questions that they have will not change. Yes, there are some modifications in way questions are framed, but skills that they want to test would largely remain same. So somebody who is writing pencil paper based test in December, वो उसी skill set के साथ अपना second attempt March या May में भी ले सकता है. The only thing is medium will undergo a change. So overall, SAT is a test of maths and English. Aptitude test है, skill based test है. Math syllabus would be up till standard 10th, largely up till standard 10th. I'll say 95% of mathematical concepts are up to standard 10th. बहुत छोटा सा portion कुछ 11th का आता है, around 4 to 5%. English का कोई syllabus as such नहीं है because it's more skill based. So the critical reading, the comprehension and usage along with grammar is what is tested on SAT test. You can prepare with a focused preparation strategy in 3 to 4 months time. आप इसको आराम से prepare कर सकते हैं. It is more conceptual. Very less or no rote learning is required. It is very conceptual in understanding. Application based test है. You can write it multiple times. Scores are valid for 5 years. So एक बार आपने SAT दिया, जो score आया उसका validity for next 5 years. So this was about SAT. This is one exam that you have to write if you have to go and do your graduation, undergrad, जिसको हम बोलते हैं, after 12th. What are other things that are required? तो पहला requirement हुआ SAT. The second requirement is an English language test. Since Indians are not considered as native English speakers, we may be speaking English better than some of the Western countries, but that doesn't matter here. Since we are not considered as native English speakers, we are supposed to write an English exam along with one of the aptitude tests, जैसा SAT लिखा हमने. IELTS, it stands for International English Language Testing Services, और TOEFL, Test of English as Foreign Language. इन दोनों में से कोई एक टेस्ट हमको और लिखना पड़ेगा along with SAT. Both the tests are testing English as foreign language. दोनों में से कोई एक लिखना है, दोनों नहीं लिखना है. Both are computer based test. आप IELTS लीजिए, IELTS या TOEFL लो, दोनों computer based test है. ये almost daily एक calendar year में होता है, Monday to Friday. Book an appointment and you can write that. There are a lot of tests happening across India, almost on a daily basis. Scores of these tests are valid for 2 years. So it is very important to time these tests because validity is 2 years. Both these tests have 4 sections: reading, writing, speaking, and listening. दोनों में ये चारों section है. English reading, English writing, English speaking, and English listening, because this is an English test. जैसा किसी भी भाषा के साथ होता है. These are 4 important angles for English. So these are the 4 parameters. So you may be saying that and wondering कि अगर सब कुछ same है, so why are we having 2 options? So it's like these are 2 different bodies conducting these 2 exams. IELTS British Council जैसे conduct करता है, ETS TOEFL conduct करता है, और आप दोनों में से कोई भी टेस्ट TOEFL, we do some programs for TOEFL, which are 3 weeks to 10 days का program होते हैं ये, where we do 10 sessions, I mean. So 3 weeks के program होते हैं. We do 2 batches in a year, one in May, another in October, November month. IELTS 3 to 5 weeks program है, थोड़ा popular ये ज़्यादा है. Rolling batches, we do every Monday we have a batch for IELTS. तो TOEFL या IELTS एग्जाम आपको SAT के साथ लेना. तो your second requirement becomes TOEFL or IELTS. First was SAT. If you want to pursue medical field, जैसा सर ने initially बताया था, SAT is sufficient if you want to do anything that is non-medicine. But if you want to do medicine after 12th from foreign universities, that will follow a different path. There are 2 very popular, credible, reputed options given Ukraine crisis. और अभी हमने देखा जो बच्चे यूक्रेन गए थे पढ़ने, क्या चैलेंज आ रहा है उनके साथ, स्पेशली इन मेडिकल फील्ड. तो यूएस और यूके 2 बहुत पॉपुलर ऑप्शंस हैं इसके लिए. इसका पाथ बहुत अलग है. नॉन मेडिसिन के लिए वी आर टॉकिंग एवरीथिंग टुडे. यू मे बी वांटिंग टू डू कॉमर्स, मैनेजमेंट, फाइन आर्ट्स, लिटरेचर, इंजीनियरिंग, प्योर साइंसेस, एवरीथिंग स्टैंड्स ट्रू. जितनी भी बातें हम आज कर रहे हैं, मेडिसिन के लिए चीजें थोड़ी सी बदल जाएंगी. उसके लिए आप इंडिविजुअल अपॉइंटमेंट्स लीजिए एंड वी विल ट्राई एंड हेल्प यू आउट. इफ यू आर वांटिंग टू डू एनीथिंग आउटसाइड मेडिसिन, नॉन मेडिसिन करना है, यस, दिस इज द वेबिनार वेयर वी आर गिविंग ऑल दैट इंफॉर्मेशन. तो 2 चीजें चाहिए थी, एसएटी ले लिया, टॉफल ले लिया. व्हाट एल्स इज रिक्वायर्ड? ऑल योर एकेडमिक रिकॉर्ड्स, 9th 10th 11th 12th. जनरली आपका एप्लीकेशन 12th में ही लग जाता है, इसलिए 12th के मिड टर्म तक के ग्रेड्स लगेंगे. सो 9th से लेके 12th आर वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट ईयर्स फॉर यू इफ यू आर लुकिंग फॉर स्टडी अब्रॉड. सारे परसेंटेजेस जो भी आपने स्कोर किया है, दे मैटर अ लॉट इफ यू आर अप्लाइंग अब्रॉड. दिस इज लाइक अ मैंडेटरी रिक्वायरमेंट. तो ये हो गया थर्ड रिक्वायरमेंट, एसएटी, टॉफल एंड ऑल एकेडमिक रिकॉर्ड्स, ऑल स्कूल accomplishments. Extracurriculars, this is like good to have. Any extracurricular achievement that you have that makes you stand out from your peers is required. Debate, art, dance, judo, karate, sports, anything that you have done outside the classroom. Community service, anything that you have done for community, NGO, social clubs, आपने कोई contribution किया है, कुछ काम किया है. If you have something around that, it helps. So this is also good to have. ये must नहीं है, good to have है. Scholastic competition, talent search examinations, RMOs, IMOs, NTSCs, किशोर वैज्ञानिक प्रोत्साहन योजना by central government. आपने अगर ऐसे किसी talent search examination में participate किया है and you have got something जो कि काफी standing out है, कुछ आपके achievement, accomplishments हैं national, state, international level पे, that helps. और क्या चाहिए? We'll need letter of recommendation. जैसा अनुभव सर बता रहे थे, LORs from your school teachers, talking about your strengths, weakness, classroom में आपने कैसा किया है, school में कैसा किया है, how would they rate you and recommend you. So we'll need letter of recommendation, must requirement from your school teacher. So it's very important that you maintain your good rapport with your school teachers, especially 11th 12th के teachers, जिनसे हमको लेटर ऑफ रिकमेंडेशन लगेगा जब हम आगे अप्लाई करेंगे. ये मस्ट है गाइस. एंड देन कमिंग डाउन टू एप्लीकेशन एसेज, कॉमनली कॉल्ड एज स्टेटमेंट ऑफ पर्पस, पर्सनल एसेज. तो यूनिवर्सिटी में आप अप्लाई करोगे, यू आर स्कूल स्टूडेंट, अभी कोई वर्क एक्स नहीं है, दे वांट टू जज एंड अंडरस्टैंड हु यू आर. सो वो आपको कैसे इवैल्यूएट करेंगे? दे विल गिव यू ऐसे प्रॉम्प्ट्स. लिखो करियर गोल क्या है, क्या करना चाहते हो, कैसे कंट्रीब्यूट करोगे, कम्युनिटी में कैसे काम कराओगे, व्हाई दिस कॉलेज, व्हाई दिस मेजर. लॉट्स ऑफ प्रॉम्प्ट्स विल बी देयर डिपेंडिंग ऑन व्हिच यूनिवर्सिटी यू आर अप्लाइंग टू. दे विल आस्क यू टू राइट essays. Short and long of essays will be required, which will talk about your career goals, personal interest, and many such things. तो 5 mandatory requirement है, SAT, TOEFL, academic record, टीचर से LOR चाहिए and essays. ये 5 mandatory हैं. इसके अलावा if you have extracurriculars, sports, community service, scholastic competitions, certifications, participations, national, international level competitions में, all that are adding extra brownie points, cherry on the cake जिसको बोलते हैं, वो extra होगा अगर है तो बहुत अच्छी बात है. तो ये requirements हो गई स्टडी अब्रॉड. Now, can this be plan B? Many parents, when we talk, they say that we want our kid to first give a serious attempt to the IIT and engineering, या medicine, या CLAT, या CA, ऐसे कुछ Indian exams को कई बार वो plan A लेके चलना चाहते हैं. But at the same time, they don't want to compromise. If my kid is not able to make to a good institute, they don't want to compromise कि उसके बाद अगर हम A grade में नहीं जाते हैं तो we don't want to go into the B, C, D grades in India. So in that case, plan B, yes, study abroad acts as a very good plan B. At times, parents have study abroad as their plan A. So let me tell you, अगर आपका study abroad plan A है, you don't need plan B, because for every kind of student, उसकी deserving quality का university आपको मिल जाता है, and there is no compromise as such. So we recommend that if you can take SAT, student write it as early as standard 10. And हमारे यहाँ ऐसे बच्चे हैं जिन्होंने 10th में लिख लिया, and they have got 1450s and 1500 and 1470 के score when they are in their 10th standard. So how this is a good plan B, let me explain you that. So SAT exam आप कोशिश करें that you finish it off in 11th, ताकि फिर 12th में आप Indian exams पे, school के board exams पे focus कर सकते हो. You have more time for Indian exams. अगर वहां पे कुछ अच्छा नहीं होता है तो आपने SAT दे रखा है, we file your application and we create the backup option. तो चलिए समझते हैं. If you are in standard 12, so we saw that there are 4+ students in this webinar today who are in their 12th or beyond. So if you are in your 12th standard right now, and if you are listening to us for the first time and you have not written SAT, then possibly we'll have to go without SAT. अब SAT लिखने का समय नहीं है. आपको TOEFL का एग्जाम लेना है और कोशिश करना है जल्दी से जल्दी दिसंबर में लेके आप स्कोर ले लें. तो prepare for that. And then we go for your application. Rather, we start with your application right now in parallel. तो आपके लिए बहुत सारी चीजें parallel में चालू होंगी. By January, we file your application. As we are filing your application, January से March में आपका admit आएगा. March 23, you are writing your 12th board exam. इस बार एग्जाम एक्चुअली लिखना है. पिछले 3 साल से 2 साल से लिख नहीं रहे थे हम बोर्ड एग्जाम्स. इस बार बोर्ड एग्जाम लिटरली लिखना पड़ेगा. आपको आपके एडमिट्स मार्च एंड तक आ गए हैं. You can decide by May. This is the beauty of study abroad program. You don't have to decide anything right now. तो मान लीजिए आपने 6 यूनिवर्सिटी में अप्लाई किया, आपको 3-4 एडमिट आ गए. Sit with the admit, write your board exams, see how you are doing with your Indian competitive exam. If you are writing Indian competitive exam, May तक decide करो, May first week तक where you want to confirm. You'll have to pay some amount to them with confirmation amount. Go for your visa in June and July and August departure. ये 12th का टाइमलाइन हो गया. Let me come down to 11th timeline. This is the most popular timeline with Indian students. Generally बच्चे ये वाले timelines पे काम करते हैं. And I think we have a good 20-25% of audience today in 11th. So how it will happen for you guys is you can write your SAT in May 23 और June 23. अभी से उसकी तैयारी चालू कीजिए. मैं आपको बताऊंगा कितना समय लगेगा तैयारी में. So SAT you write in May or 23 or June 23. Take your TOEFL in again May, June में आप आपका TOEFL का एग्जाम लीजिए. After you have done that, start with your application process. University shortlisting, essay लिखना, transcript लिखना, resume, बहुत सारा काम होता है. And we start with your application between September to December 23 में आपका application लगना चालू हो जाएगा. Which means same time next year जो भी 11th में है, you'll be free with your application. लग के काम खत्म. आपका admission decision next December से आना चालू हो जाएगा. And by March 24 you will have absolute clarity कि जो 10 यूनिवर्सिटी में मैंने अप्लाई किया है उसमें से कौन सी 6 यूनिवर्सिटी ने मुझे एडमिट भेज दिया है. एक हाइपोथेटिकल एग्जांपल ले रहा हूं मैं. March 24 में आप आपका बोर्ड एग्जाम लिखेंगे. You decide by May 24 कि आपको कहाँ जाना है. आप कंफर्म करेंगे किसी एक यूनिवर्सिटी को. June, July is your visa. August 24 is departure to that desired university. Now let's spend some time in understanding the beauty of second option. आप अभी 11th में हैं, 4-5 महीने लग के आपने तैयारी किया, मई में आपने SAT दिया, and then you forget about SAT. जरूरत है तो हम जून, अगस्त या अक्टूबर में सेकंड अटेम्प्ट देंगे, मगर ट्रेनिंग वाला बैंडविड्थ आपका पूरा फ्री हो गया. You are concentrating on your school exam, you are working with your Indian competitive exams, and in parallel थोड़ा सा टाइम आपका एप्लीकेशन राइटिंग में जाएगा between September to December. Because we are spreading this, you don't have to put the entire bandwidth. As per your convenience, you can do that. Admission decisions December से आना चालू हो जाएंगे. Much before you write your 12th board, you know where you are landing in US, UK, Canada. आपको पता चल जाएगा. You write your board exams, get a good score. May में decide करो. जून जुलाई तक वीजा करेंगे and अगस्त में डिपार्चर. तो अगर आपका कुछ अच्छा इंडिया में हो रहा है, you may not want to exercise this option. अगर ये प्लान बी है तो प्लान ए है तो no problems. It goes as per the screen. Coming down to 10th audience. Now this is the constitution of this webinar is like largely from these students. So if you are in your 10th, I think this is such a beautiful time for you guys because now you are getting aware of something like this और आप accordingly खुद को plan कर सकते हो. Which is like, you know, you appear in August 23. August 23 में appear करो. अभी board exam पे focus करो. अपना board exam लिखो. मार्च में बोर्ड एग्जाम लिख के अप्रैल में हमारे पास आ जाना. अप्रैल में वी स्टार्ट एंड टारगेट अगस्त 23 अटेम्प्ट. आपके पास और अटेम्प्ट्स हैं. आप इस समय 11th में होंगे. अक्टूबर, दिसंबर, मार्च में आप कई सारे अटेम्प्ट्स लिख सकते हो. आपका एप्लीकेशन अक्टूबर दिसंबर 24 में होगा. सेम थिंग. एडमिट्स दिसंबर और मार्च 25 के बीच में आ जाएंगे. बोर्ड एग्जाम मार्च 25 में लिखोगे आप लोग. यू डिसाइड बाय May 25. June, July, your visa, and August 25 is your departure time. Behaves the same after that. So this is, in case you are in your 10th, this is how things will work. If you are in your 9th, 10th, and if you want to know what else can you do right now, if you are sure you want to go abroad, good thing will be take an appointment, meet me and Anubhav sir. We'll help you in the meantime work on your प्रोफाइल बिल्डिंग. आप हमारे साथ अपने प्रोफाइल बिल्डिंग पे काम कर सकते हैं क्योंकि वो जो कॉम्पिटिशन्स कौन सा करें, कौन से सर्टिफिकेशन करें, कौन से एनजीओज में काम करें, कौन से एक्स्ट्रा स्किल्स पिकअप करें, क्योंकि जब हम बाहर अप्लाई करते हैं यू आर नॉट अ स्कोर फॉर देम. अनलाइक इंडिया जहाँ पे कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम का स्कोर आएगा और काउंसलिंग होगी, कोई काउंसलिंग नहीं होता है, कोई आपको नहीं बुलाता है. स्कोर के साथ पूरा एप्लीकेशन क्रिएट करना पड़ता है. तो वो अगर आप 9th-10th में हैं, आपके पास अभी गोल्डन पीरियड है, आप हमसे मिलिए और अपने प्रोफाइल बिल्डिंग पे आप हमसे काम करवा सकते हैं. वी कैन हेल्प यू देयर. सो स्टडीइंग अब्रॉड इज बोर्ड इंडिपेंडेंट. यू कैन कम फ्रॉम एनी बोर्ड, CBSE, ICSE, SAT, state or IB. This is stream independent. If you have to write SAT program, you could be science, commerce, humanities. Standard independent है. 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th आप किसी में भी हो. मैंने आपको बताया 10th के बच्चे SAT लिख रहे हैं हमारे यहाँ. So you can do that. Now, what are various programs that we offer? So we offer something called as Foundation SAT 9th, 10th में, जिसमें प्रोफाइल बिल्डिंग आप कर सकते हैं. आप PSAT का एक एग्जाम होता है, वो लिख सकते हो हमारे यहाँ. You can go for standard 11th, 12th program where we help you in two ways. We help you with training and we help you with entire application support. When it comes to training, we do SAT, TOEFL, IELTS, all kind of training. And application support, it is equally important. सिर्फ एग्जाम देने से कोई काउंसलिंग नहीं होती है. So you have to make your application. So we help you with application. So foundation मैंने आपको बताया, which is about PSAT. We do one batch which starts in April. So if you are in 8th or 9th, you can talk to us in April for doing a PSAT program. It's like a foundation SAT program. अभी से ही उन्हीं skills पे काम करना चालू कर दो. So we call them boosters. हम इनको boosters बोलते हैं UT में. वो बूस्टर डोज आप 9th, 10th में हमारे साथ ले लो और PSAT पे काम करना चालू. SAT, we do 5 batches in a year. As I speak to you, we have a December batch coming up. This December batch will target May 2023 SAT test. It is 4 hours per week of classroom engagement that we require. Program runs for 16 to 18 weeks. Batch starts from next Sunday. So this is 4th December 2022. This is when our new batch starts. This is a batch which is a weekend batch. Saturday, Sunday का batch है. मैं इसके बारे में और बताता हूँ. Application support. Application अपने आप में बहुत exhaustive, all-inclusive process है, where we'll help you with profile building, university selection, mapping of universities, helping you write LORs, SOP, transcript, resume, तो पूरा documentation का work, and finally applying to university. तो ये कैसे होता है एप्लीकेशन का काम? फॉर एवरी स्टूडेंट दिस इज individualized, customized, one-on-one support that is curated. There are 3 important pillars to this. The first is mentor. people like Anubhav sir, myself, we help you on one-on-one basis to understand your strength and weaknesses, make a profile for you, do an application strategy, कब apply करना है, किसमें apply करना है, क्या budget, क्या housing, and everything we help you out here. Then there's a content expert who understands essay prompts of the university and helps you write LORs, SOPs, essays, resume, उस university के हिसाब से ये content expert आपको help करते हैं. And then there's a coordinator who binds everything together and helps you keep everything at one place, सारे documents, application kit ready करने का काम, deadlines को देखने का काम, and then applying to them. So it's a very fairly exhaustive process जो कि बहुत comprehensive है in nature में, and then we apply to these universities. So this is how we help you with our university application part. Let me tell you, this stands true for UK, US, Canada, सबके लिए ये true है. All our classes, they are in two mode. You can do them on Zoom online, or you can attend these classes physically. December batch Kharghar branch से in person physically आ रहा है. Otherwise, you can do it on Zoom. तो आप physically करना चाहते हैं, Kharghar branch पे ये in person classroom mode में ये classes होंगी. Test again classroom या online mode में दिया जा सकता है. Team is led by Anubhav sir, myself, then we have Mrs. Nandini Bhattacharya taking English, Uday Paliwal sir taking mathematics, we have JMA as we call him, so he also takes English. Between all of us, there is some 100 plus of teaching, coaching, mentoring experience where we have helped students with SAT and GRE and management entrances and boards. So we have coached and trained students for various aptitude. This is some of our results. This is the very recent result that we have. ये October 22 SAT का result है, अभी ये हुआ है. And Kavya Jairaman has scored 1570 out of 1600. The girl has cracked it out and out, 790 out of 800 in mathematics, 780 out of 800 in English. So SAT 1600 का होता है 800 mathematics, 800 English. So she has got 1570, and as we speak to you, we are mentoring this girl, and she is applying to some of the top universities in US, MITs, and the Cornells and the Carnegie Mellons of the world. So she's applying to all of this. Decision awaited है. हमने हमारे applications file किए हैं, and there are other students who have scored this. ये एकदम recent वाला है. This is Ashwin Deshpande, जिसका आपने testimonial video देखा, जो भी Purdue में CS कर रहा है. He got 1560 in December 2020 वाला SAT maths इसने out and out crack किया. English ये 760 points लेके आया. This is Samarth Jain, who also works with our associate. So he has got into an Ivy League with 100% funding. ये MIT के program में गया है, and he is doing MNT program there. Two students from India, he is one of them. Out and out total, if you look at the profile, SAT score, very outstanding student in all respect. Fall 21 May he started his program. These are other university admits that we have got, and you will see the length and breadth of majors from computer science to mechanical, to agriculture, to film and technology, automobile, all types of majors from US, UK, Canada, all this is there. So this is a snapshot of that. At this point, I would now like to hand it over back to Anubhav sir to take us through the last part of this webinar. Sir, all yours. Thank you. Sir, आपको unmute करना पड़ेगा, sir.
Let me just do my settings. So thank you, Manishji, for providing us all those details about SAT. Now I am, the four basic questions: how, what, when, where. I think we've answered the what, the how, and the when. Now the last question, which is the where, is what I will be answering in the last part of the PPT. So that's the where study abroad. So where study abroad is also a very interesting question, because you have a galore of options available. You have the entire world available to you. So what are the factors to decide these university or country? So first factor is, there are about 6 factors which I've listed. The first factor is a language. The moment you say you want to go to English speaking countries, you come to a smaller list of countries. But if it's non-English, then it's a bigger list. So one is language. Then second, college rankings. There are agencies like the US News and the QS World, which rank colleges all across the world. So they help us to restrict that we want to get into the top 100, top 200 colleges of the world. So that helps us to restrict. Then your academic scores. Based on your academic score, then you get the right mapping. You'll get to your caliber of college. Then the costs. Now there is a big budget spectrum of budget, and you could be in from a lower end to a higher end, depending upon what budget you can select your universities. Then your field of study. As they said, aisa koi nahi hai, you can only go and study engineering, or you can only go and study management. You could pick any field of your choice, whatever you are thinking of. There are students who have gone to study agriculture. There are students who have gone to study film and studies, film management. So many, आप जो भी stream सोचते हो उस stream में आप जा सकते हो. And there could be some other preferences, your own personal preferences. Meri masi, mera mama California mein rehte hain, I want that place, or somebody stays in UK. So those kinds of things. So depending on that, you decide these 6 factors. Ab ek karke I'll talk about one factor, language. The moment you say you're talking about English speaking countries, then the popular English speaking countries are the following: US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, UK, Singapore, Hong Kong, Dubai, Ireland. We typically have sent students to almost all these countries every year. अब इसमें USA is made, उसको हमने highlight कर रखा है because that's the most popular option among all these countries. So इधर सबसे ज़्यादा बच्चे जाते हैं. Now, how do you decide which country? There are various factors depending upon. There are factors on visa. There are factors on, जैसे मैंने personal preferences बोले, आपकी क्या requirements है, उससे आप decide करोगे which country you wish to. We help you to decide which country you go in. We help you to decide by asking you a set of questions, answering a lot of questions that you may have. Then the country gets finalized. Then the second option is college rankings. College rankings, as I said, there are various agencies, QSUs, US News, who publish these rankings. It helps you to shortlist universities depending upon your field of major. कि भाई मेरे को aerospace में जाना है या मेरे को computer science में जाना है. You go to those top universities. So we will give you country wise भी आप इससे help कर सकते हो. I'll just give you a short summary of that. Major wise दे सकते हैं. So अब जैसे country wise, the moment you say why USA is very popular, if you will see in this, USA में there are almost 31 universities which are in the top 100 universities of the world. So उसमें से सबसे बड़ा number is US. That's why US becomes the popular choice 1. UK becomes the popular choice 2, because that's where the maximum number of colleges are in the top 100. So this is how it is split among English speaking countries. I've only taken the English speaking countries. Let's move on. So these are the typical top 20 universities. ये हमने एक snapshot लिया है. Like MIT is ranked number 1, Stanford ranked number 2, Harvard, again, all of them from the US, ranked number 3 in the world. Caltech, California Institute of Technology, ranked number 4. Then University of Oxford is from UK, Cambridge is from UK, ranked number 5 and 6. Then it's the Swiss University, Switzerland, ranked number 7, Imperial College London, ranked number 8, U Chicago, ranked number 9, and UCL from UK, ranked number 10. So like this is just a snapshot to give you, this is how you select universities. Another set of 10 universities. There are 2 universities from Singapore, NUS and Nanyang, Princeton, Cornell, Yale, Columbia from US, then Tsinghua University from China, Edinburgh from UK, then UPenn and UMichigan from US. So these are the typical top 20 universities. I've just given you a snapshot to give you an idea that this is how the rankings work. Moving forward, scores and college rankings. Well, जैसे ये typical हमने दिया है कि depending upon this is एक thumb rule है कि depending upon what kind of a score you get, suppose you get a 1500 plus score, then you can get in, looking to get into top 25, or a school GPA of above 95%. This is 9, 10, 11, 12th combined mark sheet, 12th का midterm. So ऐसे करके अगर आपके हैं, then you can look at to this. This is how these scores make a difference to your college admissions. Remember, we are talking about merit admissions. We are not talking about non-merit admissions. We are talking about merit admissions. So ये जो आपको दिख रहा है, because the supply and demand is so, ये जो supply and demand है, so there are students even with a mid-range SAT score 1200. Have they also got into good rank university? Yes, they have got into good rank university. So अब किसी बच्चे का SAT score इधर है and उसका GPA इधर है, then the chances of him getting an admit between this becomes higher. He can get into this because he has a lower SAT and a higher GPA, or the other way around, he has a lower SAT but a higher GPA. He can shoot for a higher university depending upon how good he's got in his academics and extracurricular activities. आगे बढ़ते हैं. Costs. So this is something which is very important. A lot of parents are interested कि अनुभव सर ये तो बताइए खर्चा कितना होगा. So there are three buckets we've created: economical bucket, mid-range bucket, and the premium bucket. So क्या खर्चा होगा? About 1 year का 15 to 25 lakhs, total 4 साल का 60 to 1 CR. Mid-range universities, mid-range bucket में 25 to 40 lakhs per year or 1 CR to 1.6 CR per year. Premium universities में 40 to 60 lakhs per year, say 1.6 to 2.4 CR for 4 years. So अगर आप generally ये तैयारी है तो काम अच्छा हो जाएगा. This is पूरा complete रहना खाना पीना आना जाना all खर्चा included. So this is what it is. अगर scholarship मिलेगी तो ये खर्चा और कम होगा. So this is assuming no scholarship. I'll stay for 5 seconds on this slide, so you can take a click of this slide or note down before I move on to the next slide. So moving on, अब the next question which parents have is कि क्या scholarships मिलती हैं क्या? हाँ, yes, scholarships मिलती हैं और बच्चों को मिली है. हमारे भी बहुत सारे बच्चों को मिली है scholarships. Scholarships is more of a key, and there are two kinds of scholarships. One at the time of application, ये merit based scholarships होती हैं and need based होती हैं. तो ये generally कम बच्चों को मिलती है. Very few students get it, but after joining campus, you become a teaching assistant, research assistant, laboratory assistant. ये सब मिलती हैं. Merit scholarships मिलती हैं. ये काफी सारे बच्चों को 80%. Most of our students who've gone, अगर उनको शुरू में scholarship नहीं मिली है तो जाने के बाद वहां पे वो scholarship बहुत आसानी से मिल जाती है, and they get these kinds of scholarships. Like one of our students, Sonali, she went to Virginia Tech. She got a merit scholarship. She came on Dean's list and she got all her tuition waived. She got that scholarship. Teaching assistant like my son who's gone to Purdue, after 1 year in his 3rd semester he got a teaching assistantship. तो उसमें उसको stipend मिलने लग गया, तो उसने अब मेरे से living expenses मंगाना बंद कर दिया. Tuition I'm paying, living expenses I'm not really paying. He's taking care of the living expenses. तो खर्चे आपके कम हो जाते हैं. So this is what is about scholarships. Again, ये सब जब आप आपसे individually बात करेंगे, we can help you and let you know कि ये कैसे होता है. Education loans मिलते हैं क्या? Yes, they are easily available. Lot of our students have taken education loan. They are easily available. It's in the name of the student against a mortgage. जैसे आपका कोई घर 2 BHK, 3 BHK free है, then अगर suppose 1 CR का value है, you will get 80 lakh rupees का loan मिल जाएगा उसको. Parents act as guarantors. Flexible repayment terms कि generally 6 साल का फर्स्ट रीपेमेंट चालू होता है. बच्चे की 4 साल की पढ़ाई, 2 साल काम करेगा, उसके बाद से फर्स्ट रीपेमेंट विल गेट स्टार्टेड. फर्स्ट रीपेमेंट स्टार्ट्स आफ्टर 6 years. जनरल टेन्योर 15 to 20 years. अवेलेबल इंटरेस्ट रेट एज लो एज 7 to 8%. तो ये एजुकेशन लोन्स मिलते हैं. डिपेंडिंग अपॉन हाउ यू वांट, यू कैन गेट दीज थिंग्स. नॉट डिफिकल्ट, इजीली प्रोसेस्ड, बिकॉज यू आर गोइंग टू मेरिट यूनिवर्सिटीज. सो मेरिट यूनिवर्सिटीज में बैंक्स आपको ये लोन देने में कतराते नहीं. Other factors जो मैंने नहीं डिस्कस करे, मैंने बहुत सारे फैक्टर्स डिस्कस करे 5, लेकिन they could be weather, choice, other factors. There are more than 5,000 universities to choose. There are many factors which affect this list of universities. तो वो आप जब हमारे साथ एप्लीकेशन सपोर्ट में आते हैं तो हम उन सब फैक्टर्स के साथ काम करके वी हेल्प यू टू बिल्ड द लिस्ट, जहां पे कि वो 5,000 से कैसे 200, 200 से 50, 60 से फाइनली 10 यूनिवर्सिटीज में हम आपको अप्लाई करवाते हैं. So these are some other factors. So this is how we answer the question where. Students have gone to various places. They have gone to US, UK, Canada, New Zealand, Ireland, Australia, some alag-alag countries, and that is Germany, depending upon which country they want. Now, what is the overall benefit of the SAT program? I think UT's made it very easy to combine at all levels. आप 9, 10, 11, 12 कहीं पे भी हमारे साथ SAT कर सकते हैं, depending upon when you decide. UT has been a school leader since last 23, 24 years. We can combine it with other entrance exams also. So it can be made easily as a plan B. So you could still be pursuing IIT or NEET and still do this SAT thing. We can help you to do that. So it's a good alternate option in the present scenario. Now, I think now we are towards the end of the presentation. We started with lots of questions, when, where, what. So I think we've answered a lot of these questions. लेकिन अगर कुछ questions नहीं answer हुए, this is a new website which we launched only today, utaspire.in. So ये website पे entire thing जो भी मैं हमने बताई, so I'll take you through this website. ये वो website है where UT Aspire entire thing is available, and ये सारी details हैं कि भाई कोचिंग तो कौन-कौन से प्रोग्राम्स की कोचिंग हम करते हैं, PSAT, SAT, और उनके बारे में आपको देखना है. All of it is available on the SAT. This is our new website which has come up just yesterday, and AP exams, GRE exams, आपको ये सब चीजें जो भी जो मैंने आज बोली हैं, English proficiency test, university application, all of it is available over here. In fact, आपको इनकी details भी जाननी है, इनकी fee structure, all of it is available over here on our website, which is utaspire.in. So you could go to our website and get more answers to these questions. So yes, we are just finishing the thing and we are just coming close to, and if you have more questions, aapke aur questions hain, you want to ask more questions. So one is you can have questions on AP exam, subject SAT, country specific questions. तो इन सब के लिए field specific ये सब ऐसे questions अगर आपके हैं, so you can ask these questions. You can take an appointment with us. Me and Manish, you can call up our ma'am Surjeet, and fix an appointment. And we'll be able to come on Zoom and help you with answers. So Surjeet's number is 988-199-826. I repeat, 988-199-826. Her email is utnmsurjeet@gmail.com. That's where you can take an appointment. You could meet me also for a profile assessment, and you can again call up Surjeet for that. And finally, now we are open for question answers. Before that, if you want a PDF of this presentation, आप अगर इस पे hi बोलेंगे, WhatsApp पे hi बोलेंगे, 7711004690, we'll send you a copy of this PDF. So now we both of us are done. So it took us just about an hour to complete this entire thing. Now we are ready to take up questions. So you could unmute yourself and we can help you to answer your questions. So Manisha, there's the first question. Rakesh Ashar wants to ask a question. So Mr. Rakesh, please unmute and ask your question.
Hi, just wanted to know about this good institutes in California, not California, Toronto.
Sorry, no, good institutes in Toronto. Good institutes for what, sir?
So actually, my son is in 10th right now, and we are planning to. So maybe we are thinking of University of Toronto. So
Yeah.
do you have any background to that?
So University of Toronto is not only the top university of Canada, it is among the one of the best universities in the world, and highly competitive, especially for engineering major and more so for computer science. So I really don't know what kind of major you are talking about, but yes, U Toronto is an excellent choice if we are talking about Canada. It is number one there, and we have got some admits from U Toronto. So I can tell you that the process is fairly exhaustive. If you write SAT, it is not mandatory, but highly recommended, along with very good GPAs and some strong essays and recommendations. We can target U Toronto.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Hello.
Can you tell us a little more about the GPA scores that you all have been referring to?
Okay, Mrs. Sushmita.
Yes,
Sir?
that.
You're taking this question, sir?
Yeah, so Ms. Sushmita, GPA is a US phenomena where it is grade point average. In the US schools, it is computed out of a 4 on a scale of 4. मैंने वो जो एक slide दिखाई थी उसमें generally it translates that people in India who have a cumulative aggregate from 9th, 10th, 11th of 95% and above, they equivalent to a 4 GPA. If you are around 90%, then it is 3.9, 3.8 के बीच में. ऐसे उनका एक normal conversion आता है. If you are 90% and above, 3.6 होता है. So like this, it converts into the US GPA.
Right, sir. Thank you. Dr. Bhavin Desai, please ask your question.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
So thank you very much for giving a nice presentation and clarification. So I have a question regarding my child interest. So she wants to go for this integrated and also wants to go for appear for this SET exam. So I'm really confused. How do we go about? She wants to do both. So and if she goes for this integrated exam, then she will not get any letter of recommendation from the teachers because she will not have any relationship with any teacher in 11th, 12th. So in that case, what is the solution?
Okay. So, Dr. Desai, if I understand your question correctly, what you're saying is that post 10th, you will get into an integrated program, which means you are either preparing for engineering or medicine. And if you get into an integrated program, what happens to LOR? Because LOR comes from 11th, 12th standard teachers, right, sir?
Yes, yes.
Anwar, sir?
Yes.
So, Mr. Desai, this is a very classic problem, and we at Universal Tutorials in fact, this is a good problem to solve. Now, since you are in an integrated program, it becomes a dummy school, but there are these teachers who are dummy teachers, so you will be able to get a very good recommendation. So it becomes like the adversity becomes an opportunity where rather than going to a regular school, वहाँ पे recommendations बहुत difficult होती हैं. यहाँ पे उन teachers से जो recommendations हैं, वो अपन को बहुत अच्छी, जैसे अपने को बच्चे के talent के अनुसार चाहिए, वैसी recommendations अपन बनवा पाते हैं, and वो मिल जाती हैं. So the adversity, in fact, becomes an opportunity for us.
Yeah, good. Thanks. And regarding this fee structure, you mentioned about $109. So that is, I think, fees for writing exam, right?
Yes, that is exam taking fees that you pay directly to College Board. Correct, sir.
And what about fees, UT fees for SAT, preparation?
So that is available, sir. You can get in touch with our coordinator, Mrs. Surjit, and she'll send you the customized proposal, because there are some merit-based discounts that we offer on our fees. Our fees is also available on the website utaspire.in, which sir just shared. You can check there. I may not have exact figure offhand right now, but you can check there. And basis the merit discount, you will get some discounted fees once you get in touch with Mrs. Surjit.
Okay, okay. And if the last question, so if my child appears for SAT, she also has to appear for TOEFL, right?
Yes.
During the same time. And
Yes.
you prepare for both, right? SAT and TOEFL.
Yes, so our SAT fees is inclusive of TOEFL. TOEFL is included in the package. We prepare for both SAT and TOEFL.
Okay, okay, thanks.
Mr. Madhav Arora has a question where he's asking, sir, Anubhav sir, whether we should write TOEFL or IELTS.
Yeah, I answered him in his chat. So,
Okay.
sir, as Manish sir explained in his talk, that these are two agencies. TOEFL is a US-based agency and IELTS is a UK-based agency. Both those exams have equal recognition. You can write any one exam. But if suppose your basket of universities is largely only US-based university, the recommendation is TOEFL. But if your basket includes European universities also, then the exam recommended is IELTS. But you, in no condition, you have to write both two exams. You have to write any one exam.
Mr. Arora, you have any other question?
Yeah, so you mentioned that SAT score is accepted in Indian universities as well, and you listed of them.
Yes.
So is the procedure same for those Indian universities, or is it different? The admission process?
Okay. No, so admission process could differ from university to university. So just to give you an example, Mr. Arora, let's say कोई एक university लेते हैं, जैसे let's say we take Ashoka for example, Ashoka University लेते हैं. So if you supply your SAT score to Ashoka, then you get exemption from any written test conducted by Ashoka या कोई और test जो उनको चाहिए. But the interview stage of Ashoka, वो आपको appear करना पड़ेगा. But there are some universities where, for example, Shiv Nadar, जहाँ पे अगर आपने SAT का स्कोर दिया है, इंजीनियरिंग के लिए अप्लाई कर रहे हो, तो ना आपका इंटरव्यू होगा ना कुछ होगा, बेसिस SAT स्कोर वो आपको शॉर्टलिस्ट कर लेंगे. So the short answer is it will depend from university to university, but one thing is sure, you don't have to write, if they are accepting SAT, you don't have to write any other written test, competitive exam test.
Okay, thanks.
Madam Sushmita, you have another question?
Yes, yes. So we are interested in an undergrad program in biomedical sciences or biotechnology, not exactly medicine. So for this also is SAT required, or there is some other test which is, in the field of medicine that needs to be taken?
Nothing. If you are doing an undergrad, SAT is sufficient because biotechnology or biomedical, अगर आप देखेंगे, they come under the discipline of engineering या pure sciences. ये life sciences या medicine के अंदर नहीं आएगा ये course, so SAT sufficient है. आप वही track follow कर सकते हो जो हमने अभी इस webinar में present किया.
Right. And the other question I had again regarding the GPA scores, is that specific only to the US or also for European or UK or the UK entry?
No, madam, it's for all the things, because Europe also follows the same 4 GPA system. So the same thing applies to them also.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Right. So in case there are no more questions, there's a feedback link. Please do give us feedback to help us improve our webinar experience. And in case you want to get in touch on a one-on-one basis, we'll try and connect with you. So please do give us a feedback. Okay, there's a question, sir. Chat में question है by Radhika Sachin Sadme. For BCA abroad, also SAT tests are sufficient? Absolutely, yes. SAT test is sufficient as a requirement for standardized test. Yes, answer is yes.
Madhav has a question. Please ask your question.
Yeah, so for you mentioned that the abroad admissions are for, the procedure is same for any of these courses. So is there a reference, is there a link you can provide where we can see for, let's say, humanities, or let's say commerce or let's say sciences, which university rankings are there? So subject-wise rankings of universities.
So that you can do Google and you can find out yourself. I mean to say, what we would be able to do is Google पे US News या QS World में आप करेंगे तो आपको आराम से मिल जाएगा वो सब. There are many universities, and depending upon the country, you will get a lot of information over there.
Okay, and okay, all right, I'll check it out there. Thanks.
Sipten Raza.
Yeah, so I wanted to ask whether UT also supports in Japan-based college like Tokyo, Waseda, and Osaka universities.
No, we are afraid not, sir. We don't do Japan, and we really don't have a support system for that.
Okay.
Rahil Vora, you have a question. Are you in 12th right now?
Yes, sir.
So Rahil, you need to connect with me. We've given our numbers. You connect with Surjeet, because if you are currently in 12th, as you will understand, there are some deadlines. December 31st is when the college deadlines get over. January is another deadlines which get over. So you need to connect with us separately. There we'll be able to help you how we'll take it forward. So where are you? Are you studying at UT Champions, or where are you studying?
No, so I actually got a reference from someone studying at your place.
Okay, so you need to, do you have the number of, I'll share my screen.
I just shared my number with him. Okay. Rahul, you get in touch with me on a one-on-one basis, and we'll help you.
Okay, sir.
I have shared my number with you, Rahul.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
We have one question.
What are the chances of someone who has already completed 12th and now planning to apply for the universities to get admission?
And is TOEFL taken, sir? TOEFL या IELTS का कोई score है आपके पास?
No.
TOEFL is planned, not taken yet.
Okay, so if you are looking for US and Canada for, let's say, fall 23, August 23 में जाना है आपको.
Right.
So chances, if you ask me, chances are 100%. You will get some or the other admit. But realistically, साहब, let me tell you कि अगर 100 अच्छी universities हैं, तो as I speak to you, वो 100 में से शायद 50 यूनिवर्सिटी अभी 30 दिसंबर तक का डेडलाइन है, बंद हो जाएंगी. और 50 यूनिवर्सिटी 15 जो बची हैं, वो 15 जनवरी से लेके 28 फरवरी के बीच में बंद होती जाएंगी. What I can tell you is, अगर आपको ये ऑप्शन एक्सरसाइज करना है, you should start immediately. कम से कम हम TOEFL और IELTS दोनों में से एक एग्जाम, rather TOEFL का एग्जाम दे दें, उसका एक स्कोर ले लें, एंड एप्लीकेशन पे साथ साथ काम करें. Now, since your requirement is very different, आप one-on-one मिलके अपने लिए कस्टमाइज सॉल्यूशन और पाथ वर्कआउट करिए, एंड यू स्टार्ट वर्किंग ऑन इट. तो एडिशन तो हो जाएगा. आपको मेंटली रेडी रहना पड़ेगा कि मेरे अगर 100 ऑप्शन पहले थे, तो अभी मैं 50 के सेट पे काम करूं.
Okay.
इस तरह से समझिए आप इसको.
And also, our daughter wants to, she is interested in designing. So and she is in 10th standard right now. So will she have to give a SAT exam for that as well?
So let's say you want to do a full-fledged degree program in designing. And this designing could come from graphic designing, fashion designing, computer animation. मालूम नहीं कि आप कौन सा designing बोल रहे हैं, but whatever you're saying, अगर आपको degree course करना है, which is a 4-year university degree course, yes, आपको वो SAT route से आप US से वो course कर सकते हैं.
Okay, fine.
And it is still considered as STEM or it is a non-STEM?
That's a very intelligent and a good question. So, जब आप designing course करेंगे, let us understand साहब, STEM stands for Science, Tech, Engineering and Mathematics. तो जब course selection हम आपके लिए करेंगे University Application Module में, तो we will pick courses designing के हम वो वाले course लेंगे, जैसा सर भी बता रहे थे, जो science flavor के होंगे. तो उस समय हमको हमारा इंटेलिजेंस और एक्सपीरियंस यूज करके आपके लिए वो कोर्सेज निकालने पड़ेंगे जो स्टेम डेजिग्नेटेड हो और स्टेम फ्लेवर साइंस फ्लेवर के।
Okay, fine.
Understood. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
ओके जी, थैंक यू। So thank you so much. Thank you for joining us this Sunday morning and making this webinar lively by your presence. Thank you so much. We look forward to meeting you and seeing you again on some other platform. Thank you. We are done for the
Yes,
day.
Manish. Manish, one last question. Do you have any branch in Mumbai or just operating from Kharghar?
So sir, we work from Navi Mumbai. Navi Mumbai में हमारे physical branches हैं. We don't have Mumbai per se any branch. ऑल इंडिया हम जो सर्विस करते हैं वो जूम पे करते हैं, जैसे मैं अभी आपसे बात कर रहा हूँ. दिस इज हाउ वी डू फॉर आउटसाइड नवी मुंबई स्टूडेंट्स.
No problem. Thank you so much for your session.
थैंक यू गुप्ता जी, थैंक यू.